Hello gamers and welcome back. I'm Rob, of course, at Warshack, if you want to call me by my in-game name, and we're going to do some Q&A on Twitch, where our, of course, awesome viewers are going to be asking Caster Shack questions relating to everything Hearthstone and non-Hearthstone. So let me pull up the chat here so people on Twitch can see what the hell is going on when I'm answering these questions. So let's pull it up on the side there, and let the questions flow. Let them flow deep. Don't make them too cancerous, though. I'll hurt you. So, I guess cover up the logo. No, actually, let's move this right here. That looks pretty good. This can go in the corner. There we go. Look at that. That's professional. All right. That moment you want to play original screen seat, but don't want to lose your stats from the new RuneScape. Yeah, I actually, it's weird that they transitioned everybody over from the old RuneScape to the new RuneScape and forced you to make a new old account. They should have, like, gave you the option. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with them. Why do we play Ivory Knight in our Control Paladin deck? Because its stats aren't great, but they're still 4/4 at least. And then it also heals your guy. Based on, of course, the mana you pick. So it's a heal. And it also generates a card, which is value. Which everything a control deck is looking for. So should I buy Ungoro or Mean Streets of Gadgets and Packs? Depends what you're looking to build, right? Like, if you want more Jade decks, go with the Mean Streets. Because, you know, Jade decks are really good and they're cheap. But if you want, like, some of the new stuff, like Adapt, then I would go with this newer packs. But it's probably always best to go with the previous set first, because the cards have already been established in decks. So you know exactly what cards are good and bad. Meanwhile, the newer cards, you're not too sure yet. What music are you into, Rob? You don't look like you'd be into Foo Fighters and band like that. Yeah, we've actually played some Foo Fighters on stream. I basically like everything that's not country and reggae. Not to say I don't like some country and reggae, but most of the time, not so much. Should I just chant lag like probably not, but I'm thinking about it. The fucker has done nothing for me this past stream. Sheep's Paladin is very agreed, but seems cool. Yeah, he's the guy who won the DreamHack, I believe. Better put your Twitch channel in the actual video. Say it so they can watch and participate next time. Put your Twitch channel in the actual video. I'm not sure what that means. What's our favorite deck? Probably well, Control Warrior for sure. But Control Mage is nice. Jade Rogue is really cool. And there's one more that really stood. Let me check. Ramp Druid. There we go. Can I have some bacon? The free bacon, the highest quality bacon, that good bacon, can be found in the kitchen area or the dining area from 7 to 11 every morning. After that time, you're on your fucking own for bacon. I can't be making bacon all day. I go out every night and I hunt us some of that good boar. High quality boar. Fucking big ass boar. Chop that shit into bacon and I cook it every morning. How viable is mid-range hunter? It's good. It can take you to legend. And it's cheap. Where can I find the Jade deck for Rogue? I tried it, then nothing really flowed well. Been doing Elemental variant of Quest Rogue. Any tips for the two decks? Well, the Jade Rogue, I posted a video on that, I believe, not yesterday, but the day before. So I'd look at the channel. I think it's under deck testing. And then for the Elemental variant of Quest Rogue, we also did a deck guide on that. So that's also on the channel under deck guides 2 point. The top of the background chat, the game screen don't line up. Yeah. Well. All right. Here. You're exactly right. I will settle your problems here. Give me a second. What the shit giggles is happening? There we go. You're welcome. Dragon Priest or Murloc Paladin. Both are good. Depends what you want to play. I mean, I would say for consistency, well, it depends what kind of Murloc Paladin you're going to build, because the Murloc Paladin I built is absolutely fucking garbage, while some people's, if you focus more on the early game Murloc Paladin, you can't really go wrong. It's a really strong deck, but Dragon Priest is just good, too. Rob, do you think Defias is viable in this meta with all the Jade Shamans, Paladins, Miracle Rogues, and Taunt Warrior? Put one in, it seems good. I would rather play the Black Knight. If you're going to go with a card that stops Death Rattles, you might as well just go with a card that stops Taunt instead, because Taunt's a lot more popular than Death Rattles right now. Because if you go against any Paladin, Priest, everybody's playing the Primordial Drake, and being able to Black Knight a Primordial Drake is really sick. Why do you have some golden cards? I heard you talk about you only have some golden cards that you really like or something. Yeah, so like I won't craft golden cards I don't use too much or I don't like. I mean, if I happen to get them from a pack, whatever, right? But I'm not going to craft a golden card if I don't play it or like it. But like Piloted Shredder, we always got 2 of those. We crafted 2 of the golden those because that fitted to every deck, right? Azure Drake, 2 golden Azure Drakes because those fit in like every deck. Golden Hellscream because we like Golden Hellscream. But Golden Rag the Light Lord, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. That guy's never going to be golden. He'll never shine bright. That guy's a fucking loser. Hey, Rube, how do you win games? I keep losing. I'm not winning either. If you've watched the stream up until this point, we're doing a lot of losing ourselves, so I wouldn't come to me for how to win. But recommendation, just try to look over your plays and try to improve, right? You're never going to improve if you don't try to improve. Like, just playing Hearthstone doesn't make you better. You actually have to think about, like, what you could have done. Like, you'll hear me in games all the time, like, oh, what could we have done in that turn instead? Or, you know, this is the time where we pick one of these 2 plays and one of them's going to win, one of them's going to lose. You got to look back on those situations and be like, all right, I should have done this instead, or what I did was correct, why was that correct, and all that good stuff. Rob, if I over-season the roast pheasant and run it, should I have just bought chicken instead? Over-season a roasted pheasant? I would have to say chicken's probably the best choice no matter what. I can't say everybody likes roasted pheasant. A roast pheasant. Yeah. I can't say, let me look that up. Let me see if it looks yum yum in the tum tum. I'll type it in exactly how you spelt it. What are we talking about? Oh, it's just a little chicken. You're trying to feed an entire fucking shack with this little thing? You gotta be out of your mind. Get yourself a big old chicken. You ain't feeding shit. You feed like half a person with that little thing. We need some real meat up in here. That's why I get bacon. Bacon's super filling. Hey, Rube, do you think Arena has improved since the game changed the standard format? Yeah. You play around less cards, which gives you kind of... when you don't have to play around every single card in the game, it allows you to be more specific about the cards you play around and a little bit smarter, right? Because at one point, you're just like, well, if he has it, he has it. If he doesn't, he doesn't. And then that's kind of how you took every game, right? But now you can be a little bit more specific with your plays. Do you think they will nerf Quest Rogue? Nah. Because the deck loses to any aggro deck. Quest Rogue is... And also, in tournaments, guys, you can ban decks. So, like, if you don't want to play against Quest Warrior, like, let's say your lineup is weak to... I'm not Quest Warrior. Quest Priest. Or Quest fucking Rogue, Rob. If your lineup is weak to Quest Rogue, you just ban it, right? That's why Freeze Mage is so strong in... I wouldn't say so strong, but it's stronger in tournaments because you can ban out Warrior. So if you ban Warrior or ban its worst matchup, all of a sudden your Freeze Mage deck, you know, can easily pull wins against some of the decks like Paladin or Rogue. So, what's your favorite Monster Energy taste? The green one? The OG? The original? I think he meant like an obnoxious annotation for your Twitch channel. Oh, I'm not trying to be obnoxious with the Twitch. If people don't want to watch me on Twitch, they don't have to watch me on Twitch. If people want to come to the Twitch and watch, they're more than welcome to watch. I try not to be all, you know, sell-outy all the time. Sometimes I am, but most of the time I try to keep it to where if the viewer enjoys the content, they will come. I'm not trying to force them into a rabbit hole. Ragnaros is good if you draw him early against your... Yeah, Ragnaros is good normally. You got it. You hit the nail on the head right there. If you draw him. This was the highlighted point right here. This was if you draw the card, it is good. I would have to agree. The problem is we never drew him. What about heavier kinds of music like metal? I went back into an epic French metal band called Gorilla. I wouldn't recommend if you're not a fan of harsh vocals, though. Not really. I used to listen to some, not screamo stuff, but, you know, the more heavy stuff. But it's just, I've kind of pushed away from it because it's kind of a very niche genre of music to listen to. And people who like it really like it, and people who don't like it really don't like it. There's never someone that's just like, yeah, I'll listen to this. It's good. Or it's okay. No, it's normally like, you're into it, you're not, you're not. So I try to play music that I think everybody can relate to, whether or not they like it. Because there's music that people can listen to and be like, it's not my favorite music, right? But they can just listen to it and it's not annoying. But like certain music genres like that, if people don't like it, they'll actually just not come, like, listen to the Twitch channel or come and watch just because of the music. So, hopefully that made sense. How soon will we see that sweet sub button? I don't know. It depends on Twitch. They said very soon, or soon, and I don't know what that means. So, they said that Twitch affiliates will have a sub button. We don't get a lot of emotes. We only get one, but I don't really care about the emotes. I just want the sub button. I just meant to say it. I like twitch.tv/the Warshack. Why not give everybody an excuse for not knowing your Twitches? I have to. What do you talk? All right. I guess this is one of those times where we got to do it. All right. So for those of you wondering why on our YouTube channel we do not talk about Twitch. All right. Let's. All right. Here we go. We're going in deep. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so we go to the channel here. We'll click on any video. Let's go to the newest video. Then we go to show more, and right down here goes Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. This Twitch brings you right to our Twitch channel. So, like I said, if there's anybody wondering, like if they like the content enough, I would hope that maybe on some video out of the thousands or hundreds that I post, they will go, oh, there's information here. Maybe I'll look into it. Okay, so he shows he's got more videos here that he wants, you know, that he finds that you might like, and then he has every one of his social medias. And then if we just go to my page, and you're just like, well, I don't want to click on a video, I just want to go from the page. We have our Twitch link right on the banner. So they're just like, oh, there it is. That's cool. And then if we don't want to go to the banner and you can't find it because it's kind of hard to see, it is hard to see. And you don't want to go to a video because, I don't know, the description of the video is too hard. We can actually just go to the About page, which one would think the person would put, you know, the About stuff, like, you know, who is he, where is more information, right? So we have who I am, all that good stuff. And at the bottom here, we have links to, again, Twitch, which will take you right to, of course, the Twitch page. So if I'm mentioning in videos, like, constantly Twitch, it's kind of annoying to some people. So you know what I'm saying? If someone enjoys my content enough, they will find, God hope that they will be able to find the Twitch link. So I kind of just leave that up to them. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sell out too hard there. So I think I've supplied them with the resources to be able to get to where they need to go if in fact they are trying to find me again on Twitch. Are you gonna push for that wild tournament? Maybe. We still have a little bit in the month, right? So we'll keep playing Wild, and like I said, if we have fun with Wild and we want to keep it rolling, then that's exactly what I want to do. But if I'm not having fun playing, I don't want to play. Like this is not a game that I want to sit down and like feel like I'm forced to play it. Because then the quality content won't be there. It'll be forced quality content. And there's nothing worse than forced content. You know what I'm saying? That's like when somebody, like, you get invited to your house, like your girlfriend or like a potential girlfriend, and their family makes food and it's fucking horrible. They make some disgusting ass shit, and you're just sitting there at the table like, yeah, this is really good. Ha ha ha. That is not. I'm not trying to force feed you that shitty content. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever been sniped? Oh, yeah, Freddy. We actually got sniped, and I was talking to him in the game chat, and he was talking to me in Twitch chat. Does anybody remember? It's Thanetos, I think his name was. Yeah, we've been sniped quite a few times. What card do you wish that was in Standard that wasn't? Lothab. Being able to stop spells. Like, if we had Lothab, Quest Rogue would suck ass. Actually, I take that back. It wouldn't suck, but we'd be able... A Quest Rogue completes the quest. Okay, Lothab. Good luck playing that fucking quest. Or at least a turn, right? So there's counterplay. Right now, there's no counterplay. Rob, do you think an OTK pre-deck with Velen, Shadow, Mind Vision? Oh, no. Like, that's a meme deck, right? That's completely, like, sure, you could pull off the combo, but is it going to be competitive? Are you going to win a lot of games? Oh, no. Oh my god, how could you not like country music in general? You literally triggered me with your taste in music. Oh, good laugh. What feature in Hearthstone would you implement if you could be CEO for Blizzard for one day? Ah, this was a good one. This is a good question, Septic, and I have the answer for you because I actually thought about this. I was talking to someone the other day, and they said, you know what? I don't have time to play in ranked all the time, and I really want to test out more than one deck at one time, and I don't want to play that deck in ranked. So I'm like, how do I solve a lot of issues in one hit there? So this is what it is. You give the AI, like the innkeeper, a deck to play with. And so at the same time, you can give them a deck that you're testing. You can be testing a deck, and the AI will play you based on the level of difficulty you set it at. So if you want, like, you'll have like beginner, normal, hard, expert, and then you give them a deck, and they play with that deck. That is so good. You get to deck test two things at one time. You get to practice, you get to play, and you don't have to worry about playing the deck in ladder and worry about ruining your ranks. So that would be the thing I implement, is an AI system where you can give them the deck that you want them to play and set a difficulty level. So you can deck test not only their deck, because you can be like, all right, this is what they did, and this card's not working, versus, only being able to deck test one at a time. I think that would be super good, and that idea just got stolen by Blizzard, and I'll take my pension as a check, please. Hey Rob, just got here. Are you ending now? We're just doing a quick Q&A. We'll just do a few more questions here. If you had to power nerf a card, which one would it be, and what would you change it to? If I had to nerf a card, it'd probably be the Warrior Legendary, and I would nerf it to the weapon costing 5, and the hero power costing maybe a little bit more, like 3. But then that would be inconsistent. So I would change it to the weapon costing 5 instead of 3. That'd be a small nerf, but I would test that first and see how it works. And if it doesn't work, I'd go further into nerfing the card. But I think the Quest Warrior quest is too powerful right now. I think it's going to shut... I think it's very similar to Jade Druid in the fact that it shuts down the ability for other control decks to survive in a healthy control meta, which is what we have right now. It's a mid-range to control meta for sure. There is aggro, but there is so much... It is nowhere near the cancer it once was. All right. Is it possible to play Quest Rogue without patches? Then is it possible to play Pirate Warrior without Leroy but has patches in it? Yeah, you can. You don't have to have patches in a deck. I actually have taken out patches in every single one of my decks that runs Pirates. And instead of running Leroy, you run Reckless Rocketeer. It's 1 less damage, but, it's not a legendary. Is Freeze Mage still viable to get to Legend? Yeah, if you're really good with it. But if you're not really good with Freeze Mage, you're not going to get very far with it. It's one of the hardest decks in the game to play. And on top of that, you instantaneously lose against Warrior. Would you say disenchanting golden cards that I also not have the gold in the same cards legendary stuff worth it? Yeah, so if you don't care about like the cosmetic of a card, you feel free to disenchant it, but I wouldn't disenchant a gold card unless you already have a non-golden version of it. The Warshack stream is the best stream. Thanks, Danny boy. Oh, do you like 3 Days Grace? Yeah, I listen to them every once in a while. What's worse, getting Bomb Squad from Firelands Portal or Big Time Racketeer from Moonglade Portal? Bomb Squad from Firelands Portal, because Mage doesn't have any healing. But if we're using the Moonglade Portal, we know we're playing Druid, so it probably has bigger cards in the deck. And getting a Small Time Racketeer sucks, or Big Time Racketeer sucks, but it's not the end of the world. But in the Mage deck, it sucks. Will you play in tournaments like the ones on Strivewire? Probably not. It doesn't do me anything. I would rather be a caster than anything else. I would rather cast tournaments and be like what Frodan, Kibler, Admirable, all those guys. I'd rather cast tournaments than actually play in the tournament. Do you play other games rather than Hearthstone? What is it your favorite one? Yeah, we've actually I play a lot of other games, but Hearthstone but I just don't like record them or stream them because it's kind of, you guys come here for Hearthstone and I don't want to disrupt that flow for now. But we've been playing a lot of HOTS. We play League every once in a while. We got back into RuneScape. We used to play WoW, and I'm probably going to pick it up when the new expansion hits, which is going to be, you know, quite some time, but still a game that we play. Like, we've been playing since we were in, like, what, middle school? And then we also have Destiny 2 coming. I'm going to play a shit ton of Destiny 2. That's probably going to be a game that you see me record a lot of. Yeah, dude, I get that. I've noped out of Twitch stream due to music. Yeah, exactly. All right. What do you do when you don't have a lot of cards? I really have Paladin deck because I got Tyrion, Ragnar, Sunkeeper out of packs. My only viable deck. If you don't have a lot of cards, you basically just play with the deck that you obviously have here, the Paladin deck, or you just do Arena to get more cards. I can't watch your last video because it has music in it, and depending on your country said that I'm not allowed to play that music because it's against their copyright terms. So depending on where you live, you can or can't watch that particular video. Oh, I'm glad you moved over to Ranger. Thanos XX, the guy who claimed he wasn't sniping because of his name wasn't exact the same as in game. It was too much a coincidence that the person we played against was name was Thantos, and then I look in chat and then we have a Thantos FX. And then I question him and I'm like, "Hey, why are you sniping?" He's like, "Oh, my bad." And then he was like, "Oh, I was just kidding. I wasn't sniping." I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here." I'm like, "I don't care if you're sniping, just admit it." It's also why I took the opportunity for the re-comment. Why not? All right, so I guess we'll wrap it up here. We're getting towards the bottom, so no more comments after this. We'll finish up with this Ranger. Hey Rob, what do you think about super secret nades? Needs to be a consistent tier 1 deck. Needs to be a consistent. I don't know. Like a minion with a secret built into it. That would do it. Like a 3-drop. A 5-drop 4/4 or a 5-drop 3/4 death rattle. Discover a secret and play it when it dies. Something like that. That would make super secret mage really good. To have a minion that when it dies, it triggers it creates a secret. How is it Blizzard decided Rag Firelord was too OP for everyone to have in the deck, but then give it the strongest class in the game? Pirate Warrior enjoyed consensus deck for long, and then they took Rag from us. Well, Rag did nothing against, like, Pirate Warrior and the argument of Rag are two different arguments. They took Rag out because there was no better 8-drop, not because he was too OP. Well, he was good, but he wasn't too OP. The problem with Rag is that they can't print any other 8-drop that's better than Rag, because the power creep would be too big. So they just put Rag into Wild and then gave us room for other cards. I think them rotating Rag and Sylvanas was one of the best things they could have done. But I agree that the quest is a little bit too strong. Caster Shack, that'd be too good. That'd be so good. I would cast the shit out of some tournaments. Would you play in tourneys to get the caster position down the road? You actually don't play in the tournaments to get the caster position. The way you get the caster position is if you cast smaller tournaments, and then people like you enough. But the problem is, to cast smaller tournaments, you kind of have to be somebody. And right now in the scene, I am nobody. I'm just a Randy Jackson. So maybe when we get a 30,000, so not, yeah, like 30,000 subs, and then we might be able to like talk to someone and then actually get an email back. But right now, 10K subs. Like 65 viewers when we stream on Twitch and 10K subs is like joking, right? Like, get out of here. Trying to cast a big tournament, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? So we got to be someone before we actually cast somebody. All right, so that's gonna wrap up our Q&A for today. I'm sure we'll do like one Q&A a week. I think that's good, or one Q&A every 2 weeks or something like that. Because if we do it every week, I think the questions will be kind of similar. But once every 2 weeks might be good, because the questions might differ, because the meta will change a little bit more from time to time. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys, for the Q&A. Appreciate all the questions, and I'll catch you in the next one, of course. I'm Robert Warshack, and happy whatever the hell day it is.